What would happen if two of the most ruthless and stealthy operators on Team Rainbow fought each other to a battle of the death? I'm going to make a scenario where Caveira and Nokk are pitted against each other in a 1v1 of the century, and who will come out on top. But in order to get a better understanding of the opponents, we need to take a closer look on the decorated achievements and training each operator has. I feel like this will give us a better understanding on who might actually win in this fight of two of the best operators on Team Rainbow. Then at the very end, we'll get to watch the battle play out in a game in a best of 3 battle to crown the queen of stealth once and for all. Okay, so with all that out of the way, let's get introduced to the backstory of each operator briefly to remind ourselves who we're dealing with. First, starting off with Cavi. She is a BOP operator in her mid-30s and is as ruthless as they get. She started off in a huge family with 9 brothers while she was the only sister. Her father died at the age of 6, so her family was forced to move to the slums of Rio because the family had no money. This made Caveira and her brothers become very strong, independent children to help their mom out. Cavi's grandma had this uncanny ability to see through everyone's lies, and since Cavi was interested, her grandma started teaching Cavi the ways of the art of interrogation. At 16 years old, Caveira ran away from her mother's house and was found a year later miles away from her home with attempted robbery charges. The judge was very forgiving to Caveira and saw her potential. He gave her the option of going to juvenile reformatory or working with the Policia Militar's BOP as an informant. With the experience of interrogation learned from her grandmother, she accepted and was brought into the BOP. Now let's talk about Nokk's backstory real quick before we get into the training and experience of both Cavi and Nokk. So for Nokk, of course, a lot of her childhood is redacted. There is so much we don't know about Nokk's life. A lot of things are left to interpretation or educated guesses. We can make some good guesses that she's probably in her mid to late 30s due to the sheer amount of experience and the number of tours she's been on. It's very likely that Nokk was an accidental child of an affair with the royal Danish family. Again, a lot of stuff is left to theories. So my theory is that Nokk's real father was a member of Danish royalty and had an affair with probably a maid or some other form of servicewoman for the royal family, and it was kept a secret. I'm not going to get too much into this because if you want to learn more about my theory, then check out my Nokk operator lore video, but that video goes more in depth with that topic. Also, the pinned comment for the video is also a really good theory as well if you want to check that out. Now, we don't get much more information about Nokk's upbringings besides the fact that once Nokk's father found out he had a daughter, he tried to give Nokk a better life, but needed to keep her identity a secret. Again, go check out the video if you want to learn more about Nokk. I feel like it'd take too long to talk about it all in the length of today's video. All right, so now let's get into the training each operator has done, along with the experience and the operations each operator has been on. This will give us a better look on how lethal each operator is and what types of trainings they have. So let's head back over to Cavi. She has been in the BOP for nearly 20 years now, which is almost a lifetime of experience. The BOP are notorious for their sometimes unconventional methods of extracting information, aka torture. She is also one of the best in the entire world of going undercover to dismantle massive drug and crime lord rings. Her ability to blend in with the enemy and act just like them is on par, if not better, than Bandit and Alibi. She is able to stealthily sneak up on enemies and bring out their worst fears in life to extract information. People almost never hear her coming until it's far too late, because if they hear her, she's already too close to do anything about it. Her most notable achievement is when she played the role of a key interrogator in the 2010 Rio de Janeiro security crisis. Her methods to extract information may be unconventional and uncivilized, but you can't argue the fact that her results speak for themselves. Next up is Nokk, and my god, does she have a lot of experience and training under her belt. Nokk started off enlisting in the Army NCO school in Sodenburg, then enrolled into the Royal Danish Military Academy, where she graduated as a first lieutenant. With an amazing 4 deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan, she was quickly becoming one of the fiercest soldiers alive. She then transitioned to the Jägerkorpset or Jaeger Corps, which are some of the most highly trained soldiers in the world. They taught her the skills of covert ops, combat search and rescue, direct action, special recon, Arctic warfare, and advanced breaching. And you may already be thinking to yourselves, that is already a ton of things to be extremely proficient in. But that's not even half of it. Underneath the training of the Jaeger Corps, Nokk is also highly trained in parachute training, a patrol course, survivalist techniques, escape and evasion, tactical shooting training, infiltration methods, Hey-Ho and Halo training, FNK classes, International Special Training Center, a sniper course, also high angle shooting, as well as an urban sniper and a marine sniper to top it all off. So I think it really goes without saying that Nokk is vastly more certified than Cavi is, and it really isn't even close. She's also the operator that located and evacuated Maverick from being captured for 2 years in Kabul, Afghanistan. One more thing I want to talk about before we get into the recreation of this simulation is that Cavi and Nokk have practiced against each other ever since Nokk joined Team Rainbow. They play this game called Hunter, where Cavi and Nokk practice sneaking up on each other and using the element of surprise to win. So they already have a vast knowledge of each other's tactics, and I think this will play a big role in these scenarios. All right, everyone, so with everything we need to know about each operator, let's dive into the cinematic where we can crown the victor of this legendary battle. Round 1 ends, and it looks like that Nokk takes the lead in round 1 with eliminating Caveira with a very well placed bullet to the head. All the years of training paid off as she survived her encounter with the ruthless Bope interrogator. Let's see what happens in round 2.
Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect the diffuser.
Where are they?
Op 4, last stop standing. Diffuser located. Protect the bomb. Disable the diffuser.
Alright, so round 2 ends. Even with Nokk arming the diffuser and getting in a hiding spot, it was no match for Cavi's ability to locate and eliminate the enemy. The score is tied 1-1. The final match is here between Caveira and Nokk. Let's see who wins in the first operator battle.
Taking point. Don't follow.
Round 3 ends and oh my god, Nokk was able to land bullets on Caveira as she was sprinting away, injuring her. This quote from Nokk speaks perfectly to what she was feeling when she put a deagle round in Caveira's head. Quote, "The only thing I feel when I pull the trigger is recoil." Well, alright guys, so that ends it. I believe that if Caveira and Nokk were going to 1v1 and fight to the death, that Nook's superior training and abilities would beat Cavi. Now, who do you guys think would win? Do you think the scenario will play out just the same? Let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe notifications if you're new. Now, with all that being said, Jippy!